up, guys? Welcome back to episode 11 of our podcast. This is like a weekly routine, so we're gonna cover everything that happened the week before. You ready? What's up, buddy?
I'm chilling. What's good with you?
Not much, not much. Let's okay. You know what? Let's get into this bullshit. Let's start off. We starting off with the bullshit. I'm sorry, guys, but we don't have any great things to talk about. Well, we do, but to be honest, really not.
The events didn't go. Both of the events actually didn't go as planned.
Yeah,
So we'll recap them because the things that we did see was good, and then also
bad.
actually a lot of the things that we see was pretty bad.
So let
Caffeine was, but whatever. We'll talk about it.
all right. Let's start off. We gonna so you know what? We're gonna start off the big story that people been talking about since the event happened. So y'all know, any given Sunday happened this weekend. Unfortunately, Surf and Cortez didn't go down, and we're gonna say this was not. We're gonna come out and say it's not Surf's fault. It's not Cortez's fault that the battle didn't happen. It's not their fault. I repeat, it's not their fault that the battle didn't happen. This battle didn't happen because let's be honest. Y'all want me to be honest? I'll be honest with y'all. I'm not gonna say names of what happened. A certain rapper, right? But I feel like now, because I've been thinking about this for like a month or so, I think I need to start calling myself a B.A.R.R.S fan.
I've thought I had that same thought before too.
Yeah, because y'all B.A.R.R.S fans are acting wild now. It started off. I started seeing this when, like, on Caffeine chats. That's why I stopped watching Caffeine chats. Y'all act weird. Then I saw it on Com 23. I think I don't know what I can call myself or us, but I think we are way above B.A.R.R.S fans because some of y'all don't use common sense. That's true. So this a person A, right? Let's give him let's say one thing. This is a rule. I have this rule too, and a rapper said it. Like Seth came out yesterday and said he said there is a rule that if we go together, we come together. There's not like people. If we go to a certain point together as a group, the whole group is coming together. We are not leaving you there. We are not if you go somewhere else, we have to go with you because we came as a group. Right? Am I wrong?
Oh, you good?
Right? Now, this person, because I saw the video, right? I think I called you when I finally found out what happened, right? I think we were on the phone together when I found out the video, right? When I was like,
Mm-hmm.
there's somebody that I think there was a fight broke out and someone's on the floor. I was like, I hope they're fine. So when I was preparing for the podcast this whole day, I was gonna talk about. I hope that person who was on the ground motionless was fine, right? And I still hope that, right? But come to find out, that person was looking for trouble. Why are you in the like a person's about to go on stage? You go in their dressing. First of all, that coming out the way to take pictures with fans, right? That's one. And you go in their dressing room or wherever you go with a knife. Why you have a knife? At a B.A.R.R.S event, why do you have a knife? Like for real. What is wrong with y'all? Like, are y'all that dumb, stupid that y'all don't use common sense? Like, are y'all that lost Like, you're at a better rap event. Like, how many times have we? I don't think y'all have ever went to a concert. That the first thing is you are protecting the artist. That's what they're protecting, right? So if you see an artist and they're walking and they're coming out there to take pictures and they're about to go on stage, don't try. You're there for one reason. You're only there to see them rap. You're not there, technically speaking, to cause fucking no trouble. Why you have a knife? And come to find out, you had a boom with you. I'm doing the GN with you. Why do you have all that in the venue? Like, for real. Like, I was gonna come here and like, yo, shit, there's something inside the water. I don't know what's going on, right? But when the more the story come out, that fan was stupid. Then I heard that he also tried to tap Young and May's pockets. What are you trying to do? The fuck is wrong with y'all? I like, for real. Y'all see how, like, I feel like I heard the story that the reason why Smack is not being in New York is because of this type of shit. We don't have, y'all asked for the crowds to come back, and when the crowds come back, y'all act a fool. Like, what is y'all doing? Like, for real. What are y'all doing? And not matter what, Caffeine, y'all also getting the blame for whatever y'all did. You have a part to do about yesterday. Not what happened in the building, but what happened outside the building. The screen was terrible, trash. You can't copy refresh. The fuck, bro? I don't know if that fan had common sense, was drunk, whatever he was smoking, but that was stupid. And I've come to a conclusion that I'm no longer calling myself a B.A.R.R.S fan. I might start calling myself a B.A.R.R.S expert at this point. I don't know, because y'all make us look bad as B.A.R.R.S fans. People like shit that happened yesterday, y'all make us look bad. And it's getting to a point that now I'm thinking like, yo, for real. Like, I was thinking of going to an event. Now I might not go to an event because of y'all niggas. Because y'all
First it was Stumbles. Now it's that yesterday. And then it was Will Smith. Niggas is wilding out here, yo.
Like, y'all acting a fool. Alright.
Honest is crazy.
Yeah, like, for real. So now we have two events that happen in a week, in the same weekend with no main event. We're gonna talk about that, man. No main event thing on Queen of the Ring. There's nobody to blame that 40. We're gonna talk about that. But what's your thoughts, man? I had to really
about just the URL event or
about the situation on the thing and like the situation before we get into the event because
yeah. I'm gonna choose my words wisely. Well, first of all, everybody needs to be safe first. Not just the rappers, not just the performers, but literally everybody. Like Leslie said, like it's important for somebody who's a fan that wants to go that they can ensure that they'll be safe and everything will be fine. Like there's too many times that I've heard about a fight broke out in this round and this dude rebutted it in this, and it happens a lot. So that's why when they said, oh, it stopped because of security issues in the fight, I was like, nah, that don't sound like them. So yeah, we just get used to things, and it really shouldn't be that way anyway. Like nobody should be throwing hands at all. Like I don't care how many drinks and how much anything is somewhere. Like we have kids in the building. Like Lil Slap is front stage. Like what are y'all doing?
Like what are we doing?
Yeah, there's like, goofy shit going on all the way around. Like Stumbles and Snake Eyes fighting. Like it's just dumb shit happening every other week. But ultimately, just safety is important. And second, I don't, what do y'all fans be doing? Like, one day, the people will start blaming the people that go to the events and not the event coordinators and not the performers and shit like that.
This is
Like,
probably the day we need to start blaming people who go to the events.
or just some type of etiquette, some type of something. Like, how do y'all get so crazy to where horrific things happen, but then this person gets blamed? Like, I don't understand it. Like,
Yeah,
like
so,
the Travis situation, I never understood it. I never understood the hate that he got personally.
Ooh.
Travis, I never understood it.
Me too.
Never got it. Like, I was like, what was he supposed to do? Like, what is he, like Superman? Like, what is he gonna do? Like, that's on the event coordinators. That's on a lot of people. It's a lot of people that you look at before, because I've been part of a play, so I see, like, this is on this person, this is on that person, this is on, you know what I mean? So everybody has a part in what they're doing. Like, so I mean, it's just weird. It's fans are kind of just wilding, and there's a lot of just stuff in the air. Like I said, it go from um Stumbles fight to this to literally Queen of the Ring. 40 bars was there, but she no showed the battle. How did that happen? And then I really want to know how that happened. That is funny. And then you got Will smacking people on TV. Like, what's going on? Like, what is the energy in the air right now? Like, why is everybody so angry? But yeah, just safety is important. So that's one of the reasons why I never would probably even go to an event. And I don't want to be behind nobody. I don't like smells. I don't like
Me too.
smoke. I'm not like certain things. It's just I don't need. Like, I could just watch it at home. Like, I really don't need to be here.
You see, I was going. You know what? This is what I'm about to say, right? Uh, in on this situation, we can't blame URL right now. We can't blame URL because that was out of their control. We I think we get the people we can give much more blame to is probably security at the venue. But that fan also gets some, like, I'll say the the security and the security gets like 50% of the blame, because how did you let that shit go inside the venue, right?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah, that's a security. Like, how did y'all?
yeah,
Certain people just. How did it get that far in? Like, not just in the venue, but then in the dressing room.
yeah,
What?
yeah, like the security,
How?
yeah, like the security, y'all take this L. The fan, you take another 50% of it, because why were you doing that? Like, the security and the fan, yeah, you guys have the majority of the percentage, right? That's for at the venue. I'm not talking about what happened, like, stream wise. That's not. We talking about at the venue. Yeah, take the security and the fan. Yeah, take all the percentage, right? So now let's address this caffeine situation. Caffeine. I think I need to start fixing your slogan. Your slogan is "You can't copy, refresh." I'm sorry, that's your slogan right now. I'm tired of this.
Yo, that stream was terrible, cuz.
That was, you know what? That was so terrible, right? I feel like, yo, it was probably the worst stream on Caffeine.
I don't know. That Genesis one was pretty bad.
Yeah,
you couldn't even open it. It was so many things that was wrong with that one.
See, on Genesis, right? I would say I find, like, I would say it was bad, right? But I'll give him a pass. That was their first event. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. We every time we're gonna give a pass. Like, we gave a pass for Chrome 23 for taking too long to go through battles, right? So we're gonna give him a pass for Genesis. They were just coming in, but you're now 2 years in, 3 years in. Now y'all don't have any excuse. That stream was terrible. Yeah, like it was so bad that I'm pissed off because I missed the battle that. Let's be honest. I watched like the first 2 rounds of probably the only like the first 2 rounds of Danny and Ev were okay. After that, the stream was terrible. Then we didn't watch any of Lou Castro's rounds. Didn't hear any of Lou Castro rounds because every time Lou was rapping, the stream goes down. Right? We had half of like we were then when Calicoe was rapping, we had some of it. Then it cuts off. It comes back. So like literally, we can't do any bar for bar breakdown or write down any bars because we can't read any bars. The only battle that was throughout that was the stream was okay was Calicoe and Chess, right? Then Chess had his situation in the beginning of the battle and a slip up in the third. But Caffeine, y'all take this L, y'all get majority of the blame. I feel like since we are coming back into the crowds, Caffeine, let me explain to you. I think we're so comfort. Yeah, we're in a comfort zone that we're used to like 200,000 people. Now people are now tuning in because the crowds are there. The crowds are coming back. So now people most B.A.R.R.S fans who don't like small rooms are gonna start coming showing up to show love because they now know the crowds are back, so they're gonna now start I'm here just to like to your boss. They're gonna make sure the crowd is rocking. Let's be honest. There are some people who watch B.A.R.R.S just because of the crowd reactions. They're not like we used to ask the main core B.A.R.R.S fans, the core B.A.R.R.S fans to come every event after event. You don't care if it's a no room, like a small room event, no people in there. We were there because we love B.A.R.R.S, right? But there's some casual fans who really, when they're listening to B.A.R.R.S, they're not listening to the bars, they're listening to haymakers, right? When you listen to, let's be honest, some fans listen for haymakers. So when there's no crowd, right? When there's no crowd there, right? Now the haymakers are less there. But now you see Surface coming outside. Heman is coming outside. I feel like Heman was not on URL because there was no crowd. Now the crowd is coming back. Heman is coming back. So y'all see the difference. Like the difference is now going to be like Heman is gonna bring. Let's be honest. Heman is gonna bring a huge following when it comes back to URL. Am I lying?
Yeah. He's not gonna go crazy when he finally get on that stage.
Yeah, like when Heman comes to URL in the battle.
I still think Geechee gonna fuck him up, but whatever. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, like when Heman comes back to URL, right? It's gonna be a huge fun. I feel like the stream might go to 1 million. That's how big it's gonna be because Heman's gonna bring fans. Let's be honest. It was not Smack who brought Heman out. It was DC Young Fly. So imagine Heman, and you know how Heman is not. Heman has connections to celebrities. So when Heman is like, yo, I'm coming back home to URL, right? He's gonna bring out the chiefs. He's gonna come with his entourage. His entourage includes show out the Hardman from the Kansas City Chiefs. He might fuck around being Nick Cannon to a battle again. So he's bringing that. He's telling his fans that, yo, I got a battle in Caffeine. It's free. You can watch it. So that means he's getting people to now tune in on Caffeine who can't be at events. So they're tuning in on Caffeine. Now that's what. And like when he's promoting, Showard is promoting. Showard has a huge following. Even though I can say Showard has a huge following because of him, man. But he has a huge following. When Showard promotes, A Hardman from the Kansas City Chiefs is promoting the same thing. He has a following because he's a professional football player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then when those people promote, not mention him and his cool with T Grizzly, a rapper T Grizzly. T Grizzly is promoting the same thing. So now you see how it interacts. T Grizzly fans are gonna tune into him, and Nicole Hardman fans are gonna tune into Caffeine. Show what his some of female fans and some fans that he grow because he can rap. His music is good. Some of those fans are gonna this is Show's brother. We gonna tune in. Him and fans always gonna tune in. So now it's gonna be a huge event, a huge stream, and I have a feeling y'all better fix that because y'all know this is gonna be like one of the big battles of the year. Now we talking about this, right? Like, you know what? I'm about to make a joke, man. Because right now I feel like we just going at them, like we talking negative. You know what? Let's lighten the mood a little bit on this podcast. You know what's funny? We waited 10 years to see Cortez versus Susef. And Cortez shit is still in the vote. That shit got voted again. I'm sorry, Cole. You can't take a break, man. You have the worst luck.
He's still getting voted.
Damn. That shit is still getting voted.
No, that's not his fault, though. That's some bullshit. That was really some bullshit.
But that shit is funny. But hey, so that was like terrible. So let's now recap the battles.
Watch if it did happen. That would have been the other battle that would have fucked up. Because when it happened, me and Leslie was in person in that same very room that y'all see.
Yeah, like
watching the battle.
You see this? We were sitting right here,
and the first two battles we only heard one person.
Like one person, and I'm like, yo. He was like, yo, I'm about to have a long drive home, so I was like, I'm gonna text you what happens with Cortez and Susef. Like, I went to take him out. Like, literally, I went to the door and I ran back because I was like, yo, I don't want to miss the beginning of anybody's round. Whoever's rapping first, I don't want to miss it. I come in my room. I sit on this very chair. The stream is right there, right? And DNA and Jay Black are talking. DNA and Jay Black are like looking confused because the lights came on. All of a sudden, the lights came on. They're looking around like, what's going on? Right? And they're seeing people leaving the stage. So they're like, what fucking is going on? And they're getting the news like, breaking, this just in. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm like, what is going on? And they're like, yo, Susef and Cortez is not going down due to security issues. So I'm like, what? I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, one, the stream was terrible. Two, we can't see the main event because of security issues. So I'm like, wait, there's more to this. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm looking. They're like, look, it's like they're gonna inform you guys through social media. So I'm looking through social media. The first thing I called him, he didn't answer, but I texted him. I was like, yo, bro, Cortez and thing is not going down. So he called me back, and I'm telling, like, I'm giving information as I'm finding out. Like, I'm finding out information. I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna go through Twitter and you know what? Find out what's going on. At all. I'm looking through Twitter. I'm looking at Let's Talk Battle Rap. Let's Talk Battle Rap is not saying anything. So OTMZ finally said something because they were in the building. They said the reason why the event was shut down was a fight. So the first thing I'm in my head, I'm like, because of fans fighting, I'm like, bro, there's no way they're gonna shut down the whole event because fans were fighting. Because I've watched too many URL events to say, even when Jims got punched, Jims and Goods were fighting. That shit didn't get shut down. They stopped the battle for like a quick second, like a cool like 30, 20 minutes. And right after they went back, and Chef Trust rebutted it. It's like, damn, and then Smack, I'm sorry that shit had to happen. I'm still fucking, but if you punch like this, it normally has influence on other niggas. You see, I was like, so that's really not. Then I'm seeing the video, I'm like, okay, maybe they were trying to, like, the safety of this person who's motionless on the video. So I'm not seeing anything. I'm only seeing that one guy on the video. He's really emotional. He's like laying passed out. To be honest, I thought he passed away, right? Because I'm like, why is this nigga not moving at all? So I'm like, I hope he's okay. I'm looking through everything. Seth tweets out. That's when friends were like, yo, something happened. Or Seth tweets out something, and the shit really was still cryptic. He said no. He's like, no offense should have a knife. So I'm like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. I like the tweet, and I kept on moving. So I'm like, so what the fuck? I'm like, still confused. Went to sleep, woke up, still confused. I went to work. When I'm at work, see, this is a good thing. When I'm at work, right? Me and my coworkers, we talk about like things that happen through the weekend. So we are talking, and we talking about the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation, right? We talking about that shit, and I'm looking through Instagram. That's when I'm like, though, that they're saying it was a fan walked in the dressing room with a knife, and he had the GN with him, and she went out of control, tried to touch young man. I'm like, wait. So I'm like, and the worst thing that's showing the video of the guy lying there. I was like, so is this the fan who did this shit? I'm like, this the fan? I'm like, the fuck is he doing? I'm like, for real, what is he doing? So I'm like, damn. Then vinique sent me a video of the explain, like, for what? Shout out to Butterfly when he did the video. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, okay, now. I'm like, I was gonna come here and try to say, nah, all this crazy shit. But I'm like, I can't say that shit no more. I really can't say shit. Because the fan asked for their trouble. So, one, the stream was bad. Two, the fuck the fan was doing. I don't give a damn. I don't know what he was doing. So I'm like, damn. So I went to sleep. I'm confused as shit. I wake up. The first thing I'm seeing is Will Smith and Chris Rock. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock. So I'm like, the fuck? Why is Will Smith slapping Chris Rock? So shit. Damn. I don't know. So if y'all want us to recap the battles, shit, let's tell y'all what happened. Right?
We only got to see one battle.
One battle and probably half of like another battle.
The other two battles, we only got to see one person.
So let's start off Danny Miles versus Ev. I can say vinique didn't see Danny Miles first. I got to see some of Danny Miles first, and before I went to let vinique up into my apartment. Right, Danny was wilding. He was wilding. Fire. He was wilding. He was bringing that hand. Took off the coin of DC Young Fly. DC Young Fly was about to flip the coin, and because Mac was like, yo, DC Young Fly, you about to flip the coin. So do you know how DC Young Fly is, joking every time, having fun jokes. Yeah, wayside. So he's about to, he's looking like, who's calling, right? This is like trying to figure out who's calling. Then he just snatches the coin off DC. DC is like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you, ugly ass? You know how DC talks, ugly ass boy. He's like, oh, okay, we ready. He flips off the head. He didn't, you know how Danny didn't say something. He might rap with the head on for like a few bars, then he throws it out. Off the gate, he flips off the head. Then he's now on mode. You see, Then Ev takes off his hat. They're now in face to face. They're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, we in mode. I'm like, we good. Then he starts flipping. Then he starts walling. He had bar after bar. I can't even say bar. Every bar that he was saying, he was walling. Unfortunately, he had a little slip up in the first. Like it's a noticeable slip up like that. It was a real noticeable slip up. Right? I went get vinique. I come back. He was walling. I was like, yeah. I'm like, if Ab doesn't come out swinging, it might be those type of nights again. Danny's walling. Ab starts. We got the older Ab. I'm sorry, guys. We got the older Ab. This Av, I don't want no problems with. This is the Av no one wants to see right now. Av was swinging. Punch. I feel like when this F comes out, I believe him that fuck the substance, check the stats, facts. I believe it because this battle might be on the way to classic if we rewatch the whole battle. Because F was punching. Let's be honest. F was punching. That punchline, yeah, he was landing, and the crowd was catching it. Let's be honest, the crowd was catching that shit. So there was no way we were not gonna give Ev any flowers. Then Danny, oh shit. You wanna talk about the 3 rebuttals? Before the stream, Ev comes out. Ev started.
I think that was the second or his third?
That was the second.
The 3 back to back?
The three crazy rebuttals, that was the second.
That was nasty.
That was nasty. He came out swinging rebuttal, and every rebuttal was hitting. When I said that every rebuttal was hitting, every rebuttal was hitting. Then he
mind you, right, that we can see most of Av and not a lot of Danny.
Yeah.
So when we caught that, it was super hype. But maybe a minute into his round after that, we didn't even see the rest of the round. So
yeah, like then
can't even judge this battle, bro.
Then the stream started fucking up again. Well, that's when the stream started fucking up, like a minute into his round, and they were still rapping along. Then we got it back for a couple, like the rest of the battle, but it was like because they're rapping so long, but we didn't see a good chunk of it. Like I think we didn't catch like a good 4 minutes, 5 minutes of his round. That's how long they were rapping. Because when we got it back, he was still rapping. Ab comes back. Ab starts swinging. Ab was swinging again and swinging for his fences. Like I feel like when we were going into then the stream started fucking up again. But we still got to see like most of it, but the stream we cannot judge it. So I say when I was talking to him, because the people in the crowd that were saying it was 1-1, I said it was 2-2. Because I was like, well, it was 2. I was like, the first round, I said I asked the first round to Av because of that one little slip up, because I watched the first round. So I was like, that one slip up that Danny had in that first, that made me give the first round to Av. But the second one, it's a draw because I didn't get to see both their rounds in their fullest. So I can't call it. Then
the stream was doing that bullshit. That did look like the battle of the night, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Then Danny had this, the Av angle. You're not Av angle. He was talking. He was that talk to him round. Then Av, I said Av. Danny had that. You're not from the Av. He said something, you're not Av. Then he said something, you're not Av. He said something, you're not Av. Because Av is this, and that. He was heavy. He like that whole angle, that whole run was that one angle saying you're not Av. Then Av comes out. Av is just the same type of thing, but he was different. It was more like when Danny did that, he took away the punches. Where Ev was talking to him but still punching at the same time. Like it was like he was saying like some real shit, like yo blah blah. He's saying Ev taking like the personal things from Ev that we know about Danny and still punching in the same way talking to him. So at the end of the battle, I was like, yeah, I don't know what to call this battle. I was like, you know what? I like both, but I was like, if I have to, right? I liked me personally. I liked Ev's third round more than I like Dennis' third round. I said that, you can ask Vinique. I even said it while I was like, yeah, I like the angle, but I feel like you should have tried at least not drag it to the whole round. Vinique disagreed.
Yeah, that Danny round was real creative. I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked
but
it.
I was like, you know what? Hey,
It's kind of like what he did against drugs, the whole
yeah,
parallel universe extra stuff. Yeah, like what
yeah.
is
I was like,
drugs
yeah,
thing?
it's his
Yeah.
opinion. I can't debate it. Battle rap is an opinion of the sport. My opinion was like, don't drag the whole angle. I'm like, you can drag it, but you can make it like 3/4 of your round, but not the full 4/4 or like the whole round.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you saying he
Yeah,
dragged it. That's yeah,
yeah. I was
but
like,
I
three
think it's
quarters
just
of
real
round, I'm
creative.
cool with it, and then try something like then get to your normal thing. Then me, I had no problems with Av's round because he was doing you. It was to some people saying it was not creative, but let's be honest. If you're having that talk to you third round and you're still punching, that's creative. I'm sorry. That's hard to do. I don't think I've seen someone who can still punch while I'm trying to talk to you. I've not seen it yet. There are some few people can do it, but I've not seen someone who has done it as effective as Ev did it. Then we get to Luke Castro versus Charlie Clips. This is where stream was you can't copy refresh. Luke Castro, we apologize for you. We didn't see your round at all. We see some of we have like
We really didn't. We really
like
didn't see
clearly.
any of his
All
rounds, bro.
I think we only had was Charlie Clips run, and people what we were seeing from Charlie Clips, we like yo, we feel like Charlie Clips is wilding in the first. Then I'm like, but we didn't see lose first, so we don't know how to call the first. We see some of Lucas's second round, then the stream starts fucking up again. Then we see Charlie Clip, so the crowd is saying 2-0. We saying we don't know how to call this battle because we feel like Lucas was wilding, right? Then the stream started fucking up, like it was to a point to where we could not watch the battle. Like, I can say this, even Vinique fell asleep watching this battle because the stream was that bad.
Yeah, I had to go lay down. There was no point.
That shit was so bad.
We missed whole like rounds. I think the whole like second it was just
like, but
I was cool.
like every time we were listening, like the only I think we caught the end of Charlie Clip's third, like the third round from Charlie Clips, and when he was whining, when he took like the church, like what he does, like welcome to church thing, that's where we like okay, he was whining, but. That shit. Then we had the whole long intermission when they were fixing the stream. Thank God y'all fixed the stream, but y'all didn't have to take 2 battles to fix the fucking stream. Yeah, the whole week. But okay, we get this stream, then we get to Calicoe versus Chess. So let's be honest. I want to say this. This is not Chess did great. So I don't want any Chess slander. Y'all can try and say, yeah, he threw up. But I not expect Chess to do this every battle. Even ask Vinique. When Chess started rapping and he stopped while he was rapping, I was like, yo, he's about to burp. I literally said it. I'm like, yeah, here comes the burp. Because I not expect it from Chess. Right? Am I lying? Did I not say that while we were watching the battle?
Yeah, that Chess does that every battle, which I like. I know it's just it was extra. Yeah. It was extra. It took him like a smooth 5 minutes. Like honestly, they should have cut his time. I agree with Calicoe when he started doing the time thing, but you know, Chess was wilding, so it's like, yeah, of course he want to say time now. Yeah. Chess was bugging on him, but
Chess was bugging that first.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I'm not mad at the whole he took too long. Like honestly,
but yeah. Then when Chess went, they say he threw up, came back, Chess was the demon. The demon came out. The demon came out. Chess, the young demon was out. He started whining. He was whining. Like, then I was like, yo. Then Calicoe still come on. He was whining too. But people were saying, yo, I got Calicoe in. Vinique was like, I got Calicoe in the first. I was like, I feel like I like more of Chess first more than Calicoe. That was me. I was like, I understand what Chess did in the beginning, but I'm like, I'm not gonna judge that because that was not a choke because he does this every battle where he burps. Maybe I was like, maybe today it was just a little bit extra, but I'm not gonna hold that against him because it's his reflex, right? So I was like, I feel like I like more of Chess because still when he came back he was whining. Right? So me personally I had Chess winning the first edge. I didn't not a clear win, but I had Chess edging the first. Right? Then Chess comes out whining in the second. That second, Calicoe had not. I feel like if the anywhere Calicoe should have just said, "Yeah, I'm not rapping the second. Let's just go to the third." Because he rapped, I was not listening. Calicoe, I'm sorry, you were saying some shit. There was some shit that were fire, but Calicoe, that second you had no chance of beating that because Chess was wilding. That's when Chess started. Yeah, that Chess started wilding, and I was catching it. I don't think he did say think about it in that second. He said it in the first. I was like, yeah. I was like, I now see. Then I in the like when the crowd there's a one ball when the crowd didn't catch it, and me and Vinique caught it. I was like, now I get it why you say think about it because the crowd didn't catch it. I caught it.
No, when he ran back the bar, he said that it was something. He said, "Don't stop when you see a deer or something or hit a
Oh yeah,
deer."
when you say
Yo,
and
when he
like
reenacted
like
that
you rapped
shit, he
it
said, "Yo,
when he first rapped it, the people didn't catch it. Like it went over heads, and he looked and he stopped rapping and he looked and he ran back like not even the whole bar, not the whole. He ran back the setup of the punchline.
yeah."
He's
He
like,
said, "Nah, you gonna give
I
me my
said,
reaction."
he's like he and he slowed it down too. He's like, and he reacted as like you walk down driving by like I was told not to stop when you hit a dead. I was like, yeah, now I get it. I now get it because these people were asleep. As I now get it when you say, don't think about it. Think about it. Think about it. I get it. As I now get it, sir. I get it now. And I'm now on the same level with you now, Chess. I was like, yeah. I was like, now I feel like I'm getting to be more of a, like, I never liked, I'll be honest. Vinny can say, I like Chess, but I was never like a huge fan of Chess. Like, I see the potential of Chess whenever he rap, but I was like, oh, yeah, Chess is cool, right? Am I wrong? Like you can attest to this. I was never like a huge fan of Chess,
Yeah,
but I was like when he was rapping, I was like, yeah. I was like, now I'm now with you, Chess. Now I'm getting you. I'm like now I'm feel like I'm now getting like I feel like after that easy battle, I now appreciate Chess more. After the easy battle, I was like, yeah, now I appreciate Chess more. So now whenever I'm hearing, like when I'm seeing Chess rap, I'm expecting Chess to be at his best. Because I'm expecting that demon Chess. Like demon Chess, I'm not expecting anything less. I'm expecting Chess to be the young demon that we know, the young god, bro. When Chess is on 10, I feel like there's nobody in right. We are not forgetting this person is like literally our age, me and Vinique's age. He's like 23. Somebody say he's still 22, so we don't know. We might be a year off, but he's still like in our age range.
yeah.
We've been seeing Chess for 7 years. He's been in B.A.R.R.S for 7 years since he was 15. So people, this man is still young. And he's rapping with people who are almost 30 years old.
Not only writing but performing better than
Performing better, he's writing better. Like,
so many other people on that stage that's older than him. Like it's crazy.
Like what? And he's like, his mind. Then when I was mad that he messed up in the third, because the bar that he was saying, that whole prophet is like, you got a daughter, you have a daughter, you gotta go, you teach her about suicide, you're gonna be Professor Milgram. The choir didn't catch it, but I would say that shit was more of Calicoe doing this the whole time when he was rapping, and Chess was now thinking of responding to Calicoe more than his boss. That's how he messed up, because Calicoe was saying reach on the whole third run, and I feel like Calicoe did that he calculated it. Let's be honest, Calicoe did that because he still was doing it when Chess was not reaching at all, and it worked. I'll be honest, Calicoe, that shit worked. But when it comes to your third though, that was unacceptable, Calicoe. It's like literally, this is what Chess did. Chess had the ball, he fumbled the ball. All you had to do was pick up the ball and score. Calicoe, all you had to do was pick up the ball. And you won. But you failed to pick up the ball. So, if anyone is saying that got Calicoe in the first, I'm cool. Right? Yeah. But
I got him in the first, low key.
Yeah, right? But I had Chess 2-1. Right? I was like, you know what? I'll give Calicoe the third because Chess choked. Oh, stumbled. No, choked. He stumbled. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I'll give him that. But I was like, if somebody had Calicoe, I was like, to be honest, if somebody had Calicoe winning the first and he winning the third, I'm not mad. But y'all gonna get somebody, no one's gonna convince me that he did. If we ain't removing that whole thing at the beginning of Chess running the first, he won that round. Let's be honest. No one's convincing me that. Because Chess was wilding on him. Then we didn't get to see Cortez versus Surf. I feel it was going to be a good battle. Unfortunately, I still had Cortez losing by 3-0, and it might be. I had Cortez losing when before the battle, and I'm still be standing. I still stand when the battle happens. Whenever it happens, I'm still standing by. Cortez is gonna lose 3-0, and I saw an interview on why. Because Surf tweeted out saying that we can still do it like yesterday when the event got shut down. He said we can still do it tonight, and B.A.R.S said the reason why they didn't do the like Cortez versus consider things switch venues is because it was going to be unfair to Cortez and Surf because that material was written for a big stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
what they wrote was meant for a big stage.
Yeah,
so
what they wrote was meant for a big stage. So it was going to be pointless for them to take them and say, okay, y'all just gonna rap in this small room and few people in there. So they said that what they're trying to do, hopefully they got it figured out already, because Smack was saying he was trying to go everything figured out by today. Today's Monday when we record. We normally record Sundays, but because any given Sunday was on Sunday, we had to record on Monday. Right? So hopefully they got everything figured out, because we really want. I'm hoping they got figured out. I'm hoping that they're not gonna make this battle go to the next card, and the next card is looking like is Kings versus Queens 3, and that's gonna be pointless because Kings versus Queens 3 is technically speaking Queen of Rain versus URL. So you can't have Cortez and Sue Surf on that card, because I
feel like Surf has a battle on that card anyway.
Yeah, and I feel like also Surf would not want to be an opening battle, so it's gonna be pointless for them to be on the next card. It's gonna be terrible. And after that, I have a feeling let's get into this All right, you want to get into this? You want to talk about this real quick before we get into this? Oh yeah, let's talk about this swing on the ring. Where was 40? Yo, 40, where you at, man? Where you at?
All right, so wait, didn't watch the event, right?
Me
So
too.
we don't know. We really can't recap shit because both of us didn't watch it. I know we both didn't. But the most interesting thing that happened from it was the fact that 40 bars no showed the battle, but they said she was in the building. Somebody make sense of it, yo.
So
Please make sense of that.
let me do this. All right. I'm in the building, right? Like this is me in the building. I'm supposed to be on the ring, but I'm not there.
Somehow you're not there. Like what? How do
What?
you do that? How do you no show a battle and you're right? Like what?
Huh?
So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the conversations was, but I'm so
So
confused
40,
on what
from what I'm
is
from
happening.
what I'm hearing, right? This is what I'm hearing. I don't know what's happening. They say 40 was not prepared. 40, come on, man. I've not seen this in battle rap in my life. I've been a battle rap fan since I was in high school, right?
I don't think she wasn't prepared.
40, 40, 40, 40. All the tweeting that you did all week last week, all the memes, all the promotion that you did.
Oh,
And you not show the battle while you're in the building. What? Man. Oh, Lord Jesus. And y'all wonder why the filmers don't get love sometimes. Y'all wonder why. It's not their fault. Yeah, it's not. Sometimes it's not. Like I always vouch for the women to get their money. But 40, you see why sometimes I always go out. Like whenever I hear 40 bars is better than somebody, my first instinct is to say I'm not picking 40 to win the battle. How many times have I said 40 is gonna lose a battle? Whenever we hear 40 is rapping, I think I said it
damn
like,
near every battle.
yeah, almost every battle, right? It's like it's not like I don't like 40. It's just 40 does things really that's weird, unexplainable. Like, for example, 40 versus what was it? 40 the 2-on-2. 40 was unprepared. They had to forfeit. That was the first time we have seen a battle rapper forfeit and throw a white flag. Before, after that, Danny did it too. So 40 and Ehad, I'm sorry Ehad, you have to be thrown in this, but you guys were the first people to do it. Danny had to do it, but hey, Danny was getting his ass whooped already, so there was no point. Y'all were getting your ass whooped too. There was no point. But y'all were trendsetters, right? You getting, I think you also get, did you, wait, 40 you also choked, bro, 40. Bro, what? I'm still good. You got explaining to do. And I feel like you can do this now. 40, you see, you're a captain for Midnight Madness, right? Your team GTA. You can do this shit on Midnight Madness. I'm letting you know now. We are not jacking this. We are not jacking this. But it's interesting that you not showed a battle while you're in the building. How? Explain this. And while we're still on the topic, Coffee did call out somebody, and I'm feeling, yeah, you know what, Coffee? Coffee said after if after if Jazz survives the Geechee battle, tell Jazz to battle me on Queen of the Ring. You see, Coffee. I like that, right? I like the battle, right? But I don't think it's never. I don't think it's not ever gonna happen on Queen of the Ring. Am I wrong?
Wait, who is not going to go on Queen of the Ring?
Jazz versus Coffee Brown is never gonna happen on Queen of the Ring.
Not Queen of the Ring, because URL is probably going to offer more money.
Yeah.
Jazz hasn't seen Queen of the Ring since like her second battle.
Yeah.
She hasn't been in for a long time.
Like, to be honest,
like she's a URL person.
It gotta be in Queen of the Ring. I don't think it's gonna happen. Queen of the Ring don't have that deep pockets like Smack. Yeah, they're cool. They're like, you know, brothers and sisters, right? Like it's brother and sister thing, but the pockets are not the same. Like let's be honest. Queen of the Ring still doing pay-per-view. Smack is risking the shit, having bad streams and still making money. Big money too. So hey, shit is different. But if this battle happens, I'm not gonna look at Geechee versus Jazz. We're gonna say the last time Jazz was in front of a female, Jazz whooped the female. Let's be honest. Jazz is
I don't think she would whoop. I think she's gonna beat Coffee, but I don't think she's gonna
mollywop Coffee.
Yeah, because Coffee writes, yo. Like Coffee really stood in front of Cortez
but I don't think Coffee can right with Jazz. Let's be honest. Jazz only has one clear loss, and that clear loss was even a good. I feel like it's a good loss. She lost to only one person. Let's be honest. And that one person is official. Like, what? Y'all acting like official is not a dangerous person. We aren't gonna come up here and act like official is not a dangerous person. So, Coffee, yeah, it's a good battle, but you're still losing. And I'm gonna come out and say, I feel like you're gonna lose 3-0. But it's gonna be a respectable 3-0. A ladies 3-0. I can't say a gentleman's 3-0, but it's gonna be a ladies 3-0. You're gonna have 3 good rounds.
I think Coffee can get one from her. I think Coffee can get one from Jazz.
Alright, so let's confirm.
Jazz is if it's in front of a crowd, Jazz, which is probably gonna be, Jazz is gonna yeah, Jazz is gonna be Jazz because Jazz is gonna have the haymakers. But Coffee writes really well, bro. I think she's gonna take one.
Bro. You saw what Jazz did to QB, right?
Nah, that's QB though.
No, but listen.
Like, did you see QB last performance?
No. Listen.
QB.
Listen. Imagine what Jazz is gonna do with the situation. Let's be honest. Coffee has not battled since Miss Asa. Well, I think so. Right? I don't follow females battle rap like that. So I feel like she has not battled since Miss Hassel, right? And Coffee has mentioned if Jazz accepts the battle after this is going to be her last battle ever, right? Or for a while. So you're telling me Jazz gets to talk about the Miss Hassel situation, right? Jazz gets to talk about the Miss Hassel situation. While also, the last time Jazz had to talk about anybody's situation, it was a haymaker. You know what she did to QB? And you know how Jazz is going to let's be honest, Jazz is going to talk about that situation. She's going to bring up Geechee. Somehow she's going to bring up Geechee in the situation too. Like, we don't even know what happened between Coffee and Geechee. For real. Do we know?
We don't, because Geechee is chilling. I feel like Geechee could say it, but yeah.
Like,
I think when certain things happen.
Like, what happened?
Coffee just has a lot of what is it called? Controversy around her.
What happened?
And, yeah.
It was Mafia Then Geechee EFB started, and Coffee is no longer like with Geechee. Like, what happened? Like, for real, what really happened? Like, I'm confused, right? So y'all giving Jazz the Geechee situation. She might know more than us. The Miss Hustle situation, and she gonna expand that shit to be y'all. I don't think people know that Jazz really can angle. She said to QB, "Your big but she the funny part, didn't even was addressing Q. She didn't even address QB, right? Well, technically speaking, she did lay eggs, right, on QB, but she addressed it to Sway Seven. She's like, "Yo, bro, big boy Sway, where you at? Where you at?" It's like we improved. It's like we found out in 1-1 you didn't teach her how to write. You got a black belt. You can teach her how to fight. Like, bro. It's like we found out. It was like we exposed it in 1-1. You didn't teach her how to write. You got a black belt. You couldn't teach her how to. So now I'm saying, if there's a crowd, a big crowd, if it's a huge event like 20, let's say 2,000 people in the crowd, Coffee. The last time we saw Jazz on a huge crowd, a certain diet battle rapper with dreads, didn't make out there. She passed on scene. She was there, pronounced dead on scene. Let, let, yeah, let's get into this. All right, now what we were saying about Coffee can win on Champion to get her Champion Women of the Year. Controversy again, but let's congratulations, Coffee. You got your money. But as I mentioned, 40 bars was supposed to be Coffee Brown's last battle before retiring from battle rap or taking a break from battle rap. We don't know what is going on, but Coffee came out and Jay Black asked the right question. He's like, "Yo, I think you explained this before, but why are you retiring from battle rap?" So Coffee came out and she said she's retiring from battle rap because she doesn't want to let things go. Like, you know how people, let's be honest. So let me put it in simpler form. She said she doesn't want to be in where she was never taught. Like, you know how people when they're promoting, for example, when when Arsenal did the T-Top thing with the baby mama, right?
Mm-hmm.
And T-Top rebutted it. They had that crazy round, and after that, they were still cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Coffee said she doesn't. She's ne- she doesn't let things like that go. Like, to feel like she's still cool with somebody after, like, feel like to be like in a neutral, like to just let things go outside, like in one ear and go outside the other. She really takes things to like the heart, right? So she
Mm-hmm.
said she's retiring because she feels like she really doesn't want to have those type of things, like having like someone promote and it's just to promote and making fun of it, and she really doesn't she really doesn't let things go. You see, Coffee, you signed up for this. This is battle rap. This is battle rap. This has been battle rap for years. I think you need to train yourself to do that. I I respect it, but at the same time, I don't.
She did actually train herself, but the controversy always goes farther than just rapping.
Yeah, yeah, I'm saying.
40 just no showed the battle, and then Miss Hustle wanted to fight her the whole time instead of rapping. And
But let's be
then,
honest, she did contribute in that whole thing too. Being on the same, Miss Hassel was the only one doing the wrong. Both of them were in the wrong. I'll say both of them were in the wrong, right? To be honest. Like, I understand it, but at the same time, this is like battle rap is it's a mental sport, right?
Hmm.
We try, like, how many times, like, how many times people have said the like the halfway things to each other and still cool. Like, for example, I don't. Okay, we're gonna take our John out the situation, but like Surf and Heman. Let's be honest, Surf and Heman are like what, best of friends, right?
Yeah.
How many, like, imagine what Surf with both of them what they say to each other in that battle, right? And they're still friends. Like Coffee, I understand it where you coming from, like your how you were taught, your morals. But when you join this sport of battle rap, like there's certain things that you gotta let things go, like for real. You feel like you gotta hold everything in and take it to heart. That is one thing. Don't like shit. If there's a narrative, like how many times, like we just be honest, we have said shit about Danny Myers. How many times Danny Myers stood there? Mike P. Mike P. Even though he did take it to heart, but he still let it go. When they talk about his girl, like, yeah, he still let it go, and still stood on the most crazy run from Geechee. Didn't take it to heart. Still cool with him. Yeah. Coffee. I don't know how to explain it.
She gotta get better at taking, things, but
Yeah.
it's not all on her, dude.
It's
Like,
not all on her, but her reasoning is really the reason why I'm saying she gotta try. Like, when you take
and
it to,
ultimately, she's the only one that's getting fucked in all these situations. She's the only one that gets fucked. Hustle doing that weird shit at the battle, and
but
them going back and
but to
forth
be
and
honest,
almost fighting
I'll be
fucked
honest.
up that battle.
To be
And
honest,
she's the only one that get fucked over because Miss Hustle was cool.
yeah, but in that battle, right? In that battle, even though the whole whatever they had, whatever beef they had, right? She could have stood still and just let Miss Hustle do her thing. Her walking between Smack and doing that shit, that was mainly that's what got Miss Hustle mad. Because Miss Hustle stood right there and let Coffee rap, right? But when Miss Hustle was rapping, Coffee started doing extra stuff, walking around doing stuff. Like, understandably, both of them, when you see, when we are paid to do one thing, right? Let's be honest. Both of them were in the wrong, right? I'm not gonna say who was wrong, who was right, right? Both of them were in the wrong. They did everything. They have like a part of what happened, the promotion, the animosity that y'all still have for each other. Y'all really don't. That was like they really don't like each other, right? But she had what? How can I say? She filled the response from Miss Hassel when Miss Hassel said, "Yo, after the battle, see me outside." Like, let's be honest. How many times we have seen things go left right on the battle while they're still rapping, right? Miss Hassel was like, "Yo, after the battle, just see me, let's fight. You gotta give me mines." After the battle, reason why that ended that way was because Coffee did extra stuff where she was walking between Smack, Debo, all these people. Coffee could have just stood there, let Miss Hassel do a performance, rap while standing, or you could have just like, yo, when Miss Hassel was rap, when you were rapping, Miss Hassel stood there, even though you didn't get close to me, you don't really get closer to people that like that, except for one time against T-Top. But to be honest, you had a part in this. You taking things like to the heart and things. You gotta work on that. That's something you gotta work towards. You're an important person to this, like, to this culture. You're the woman of the year. Right now, like it or not, you got a target on your back. You got a huge target on your back right now. So you gotta prove to the people why you won Woman of the Year. Vixen here to do that. You gotta do it too. So you probably right now, if you decide to retire, right, the narrative is they gave you Woman of the Year because they knew that you were no longer you're retired from battle rap. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No, you're not.
I'm saying, so she got a, like Vixen. When Vixen won, she said, "I gotta prove." She took EK. Good battle. Even though then she said when she battled Loso, she said, "This is me. This is my first 3-round battle, so I'm gotta prove that why I won Woman of the Year." Unfortunately, she met a Loso who was that was not Christian.
But wait. Coffee battled all the names though. She battled Misfit in the 2-on-2. She battled Vixen before, I'm pretty sure, in the 2-on-2. Hustle, but that wasn't really a battle, but whatever. She battled Hustle, and then she battled 40, no show somehow, but still in the building. Listen, one day we'll find 40 and we'll find John. I swear to God, be the greatest interviews ever. We find them. It would be the greatest interviews ever. And as a John fan, I will tell him exactly why I just cannot with what the fuck he did on that stage, dog. And he just really disappeared like nothing happened.
I don't know why he has this thing with John. I have no idea.
Dog, because John is way nicer than what the fuck he did up there. I cannot believe he did that and then disappeared like nothing happened. No, nigga, get back out there. Battle somebody.
Something with John.
Come back. Don't retire. Don't do that.
This because I really don't know. He's been saying even when he was here yesterday, he literally was taking shots at John. Like,
no, it was not. I was saying that they need to go find John. That's the only thing I need to say. John needs to be found.
That's technically speaking. You taking shots. John is in Atlanta, man. We know where John is. He lives in Atlanta.
No, but what is he doing though? Is he making music? Is he making battles? What is he doing? Is he getting his life together? I just want to make sure John is okay. Like if he retired, I just want to make sure he's okay. And I don't want him to retire on that loss like that, but it's fine, Just be okay. Like, just like 40. We need to go find 40. Is she in Boston? Where's she at? Is she in New York? Where's she at? She in the building? How's she in the building? But she no show. What happened?
She's in Atlanta,
what happened? Man. Nah, ain't no way. And she couldn't have been. She no show. She couldn't have been in Atlanta. There's no way. There's no way. Make it make sense, Leslie. Make it make sense.
I think the event was in Atlanta or was it in New York?
I don't even know. I don't
think the event was in the Bronx.
I think Debo and them was actually in Atlanta during the URL joint, so I think it would be in there.
Jay Black said she Anwar flew later because Anwar was at the Atlanta event, but came a little bit later than Jay Black because Anwar was supposed to be with Jay Black and DNA, but he got there late, so he could not get mic'd up. Hey, and I'll be honest. While we talking about like Jay Black and DNA, this is me. You're a fool. You just do whatever. I feel like DNA. I don't think you even doing analysis anymore. You don't even analyze the battles. You just say whatever you want to say. It's entertaining, but that's you. Sometimes you just piss me off because you just say random stuff at the run. But all right. Next. All right. Next topic. Jay Black and Smack White sat down before any given signed two on an interview. Right. Uh, this interview was long, but I got to watch it during the before the events. So let's start off. Jay Black asked, right? First question was about the YouTube drops. Uh, I got some sad news to mention to our fans. But Smack said this. This is out of Smack mouth. Smack said he's not looking for YouTube drops. He's like, I gave 10 things for free for 10 years. It's no longer happening. If I started he's like, I started my own app where you guys can watch battles. If you support the business, this is like, if you support me, like if you really like supporting the business, you gotta get the app. So anyone who thinks we're gonna get, from what I got there, that means I feel like unless it's like a huge battle, like a battle that shifts the culture, like Loaded Locks versus Gigi, we are not getting YouTube drops, and that's business. We are, yeah, hoping we might get Easy versus Chess on YouTube. I don't think that shit is gonna happen at all.
I mean, I understand it. I'm not asking him to just put everything on YouTube, but it wouldn't make sense if they just drop maybe a couple. Like, you did nothing all year, just a couple.
Yeah,
You can't. You can like I don't get it. They just because even on the app is dry. Like, we go hard. Like, that's why I canceled it. It's like, I was
yeah.
getting we go hard battles. Like, nigga, I want to see fucking Hollow and fucking Surf. Like, I want to see like the actual battles. Like, I don't
Yeah,
care
but
about
from
these little niggas.
what I got from there, right? From what I got from that whole question was like, he's not really, his first choice is not dropping on YouTube. He's definitely not gonna drop that shit on YouTube. So what I'm getting from that is Surf is not controls YouTube. Surf has control now. Surf, Bill Collector, and Jack Boy May, they have control over URL's YouTube. So whenever they drop events on Midnight Minutes, I feel like they're not going to be on the URL YouTube page.
I think. I mean, yeah, sure, you can put the Midnight Madness stuff there, but it's like,
That's
I don't know.
from
If
what
you have
I'm
six
getting. From
battles
what I
every
got,
event,
from what I got was like, yo, Surf, like the way he literally got mad, like really, Smack got mad at that question. He's like, I'm not jacking it. I'm not. I was like, I gave y'all free battles on YouTube for long. Didn't get any cent from it, right? Terrence speaking. He said, I didn't get, like, I gave y'all thing. I guess, right? He said, now I'm not dropping on YouTube because yesterday, Terrence speaking, he said, yesterday the press for these battle rappers from back in the days now and today, he's like, they're asking for huge amounts of money. Imagine him getting him to come back on URL. He just got paid almost $500,000 on RBE. So imagine him coming to URL. So he's gonna get paid like $250,000.
I don't think he got paid $500,000 over there, but
No,
yeah,
he
sure.
did. Well, he did say that because you know how our A.R.P says when you see A.R.P do a blog about saying you breached the contract, damn, he's saying some truth. He said he got out of those two battles. He said not for one battle, for the two battles that he got on RBE last year, they all added up to $500,000 because he has China speaking, he has shares on RBE. So like he literally kind of owns. He has like a huge. He kind of owns RBE at this point, right?
But wouldn't he be basically
So
taking his own money and paying himself? That's where that starts to not make sense to me.
so what he
And he's
so
just
he
talking.
shares so what he does is that you know how so he gets half a percentage of the pay-per-view.
Okay.
So whenever they
And
pay,
he also gets paid.
yeah, he gets paid. Then he gets the percent, like a huge percentage of the pay-per-view that they make. So that he said all that money.
Oh, so that's not shares. That's yeah. The shares wouldn't get you no half a mil. Shares would because it's
Yeah,
your own
but he said
company.
he invested in RBE. He he's like I got. He's like my his company bought the volume invested in RBE, right? And he said he also got
Yeah, when you said he got the back end, that makes sense. The
so
two events, how big they were, how many people
yeah,
brought
he
it,
got
like
the
that makes
back
sense.
end. Plus, also he said
Yeah,
he
whatever
now
he
like
wanted to get paid.
whenever RB like whenever he does do events for RB, he literally he doesn't even it's not even in his contract. RB just gives him a huge share. Like he gets the shares of the stream, not everyone else. He gets the shares of the pay-per-view. So he said all that money and added up to half a mil, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's when like Seth was like, you getting that much money? That's why they're doing two events every year. He said you literally draining them bank. You taking all their money. That's true, to be honest. IBE doesn't do that much events. But all right, the next one was all right. This is another one. So he said that was business, right? He said due to the fact that this rap was asking huge amounts of money to get to rap, it's like he's really not gonna drop on YouTube. That's his first choice is not to drop on YouTube. The next question was the Drake situation. Remember when Drake said he wants to have $1 billion battle?
Yeah, $1 million battle.
Oh yeah, $1 million. I said $1 billion. $1 million battle. So he said it's halfway. It's in the works, but him and Drake are in disagreement, right? He said Drake wants a battle, just a battle. So Drake wants this. What Drake? He's like this. Is what Drake wants. Drake doesn't want a contract. Like you know how he wants technically speaking, he wants to do like a Midnight Madness thing. A judge battle. The winner gets $1 million. The loser gets nothing. That's what Drake wants, right? Seth saying, then Smacking saying, "Yo, I'm thinking about the artist, right?" It's like I understand what with Drake. That's it's Drake. He gets to say that, right? So I'm like, it's like when we had the conversation, I was like, "Yo, what if we do a tournament, right?"
A tournament would make the most sense actually for
Yeah,
that.
a
$1 million,
tournament
yeah.
where they still get paid a little amount of money, right? But at the end, they still get the $1 million. He's like, when we ended the conversation, Drake was like, let's just do both. So they're in the works of making that because right now, from what I'm hearing, this is like a partnership. So Yuri and OVO are now like they're in partnership, right? So we might have a $1 million battle / $1 million tournament. We don't know yet, but we're gonna get that too. We're gonna get that situated. But yeah, uh, do you want me to talk about this because I feel like this is a topic. This is this is another topic I'm about to bring up, right? I know you don't like this topic.
So
And I know you hope this was not gonna ever they forgot about this topic. Cassidy and Cassidy versus Freeway still gonna go down, man.
Of course. I wasn't surprised about. Yeah,
It's still gonna go down.
It's going to happen. Probably going to happen in Philly. You know, they saying a lot about that battle, but
Yeah, but I'm sorry to I'm sorry to inform you that. But here comes the other 10 of it, right?
They better be the main event too.
The event is going to be in Philadelphia, PA. Let me get this straight, people. I live in Philadelphia, PA. He lives in Lancaster, PA. He's like 2 hours away. But the event is really right around the corner, right? Like right around our neck of the woods.
Probably South Philly.
Yeah. So, this is what I was thinking. I was speedballing this. Even though they're saying the card is not fully formed, there's only one battle, that's Cassidy and Freeway. But I have a feeling that Easy's gonna be on the card. And myself, I don't know about you, but I want to see Easy live. So if they announce this card and this battle, I'm definitely getting the tickets. But now here comes the but part. Y'all gotta make sure the tickets have different type of, like, the shit that happened like on this event, that doesn't happen again. This is Philly. Philly is ridiculous. These people in Philly, we don't give a damn. We act more crazy than Atlanta. They act crazier than Atlanta, so y'all got a different. You see, I feel like when y'all come to Philly, y'all gotta have different. You see, y'all gotta have a general admission, a regular ticket, then VIP ticket, or like a VIP ticket, right? And I feel like I should get the VIP ticket. Like, I want to get to VIP ticket, like you know, have my own entrance. Don't have to deal with people. I don't like people. I really don't like people. I don't like people in Philly. I don't know why. I love Philly, but some of y'all people in Philly, y'all act weird. So y'all gotta have two different tickets: regular ticket for general admission and VIP. Am I wrong? Is not a solution?
Yeah, but it's still gonna be stupid shit happening. Like,
yeah, but you see, when you have like those VIP tickets, they can't be in. Like, you gotta have VIPs to not be around, you know, people, like, you know, the general people. You gotta have them like sit up there, like you gotta have us on stage sometimes. You know, I want to be on stage. I don't want to act wild on stage, but I want to be on stage. You see, I want to be like standing right next, see Smack right there. I want to be like, oh, I want to be there. I'm like, that shit was hard. Like, just next to the battle rappers, and you know, I might be safe right there. Because if I'm on the crowd with the other people, yeah, wow. And I know that. I know Philly, we act weird. We are weird too. We act wild. But how you feel? Will you go to the event?
Maybe.
Yeah,
it depends, you know, when it happens and if I have money. And
what if, Lisi, this is what I'm gonna do, man. If it happens in Philly, I'm gonna get tickets for both of us.
That's tough.
If it happens in Philly, if the tickets is in a reasonable price that I can afford both, I'm getting both tickets, and we go. Only thing we gotta do is like find transportation. I don't think we might have to take, because parking, yeah, you know, Philly parking is weird. We might have to take an Uber. You might have to drive her down here, leave your car, we take an Uber or something. But all right, another topic Smeg touched on, and this is a sad topic because it's not really sad, because we have said a lot about this person. But Smeg, J Black asked about how Smeg feels about New Jersey Twerk. Smack said this. Was Smack said? He said, Smack said, I feel like Twerk does not have discipline and does not respect the culture and the brand of URL. He say he doesn't have discipline. He doesn't respect the culture and the brand of URL and the opportunity that URL is trying to give it to him. So he said he's throwing away his blessing. He feels like he's throwing away his blessing. How you feel when Smack is talking about this? Because you feel.
I feel my man Twerk. It's a long time coming. Long time coming. You are finally on the bench, brother. And I feel not to be laughing at him like this. This is he gotta go and figure himself out. I feel like it's more of a mental thing, maybe something going on at home than actually being on stage and fucking up. But and not to say I like this to slight him, but I like it. They finally cracking down on like, bro, you have to get it together.
When this was like the last topic, and Smack went in detail. He said this. This is the most of the quote. Smack said, "I feel like at this point he's not letting anybody mess around with his brand. He's like, I've built this for over 10 years. Me and Beasley built this to be a respectable brand." He's like, you see what he said, the most respectable. You can't copy respect the most respected brand. He's like, yeah, you can't come here and do this shit.
Yeah, they finally sat him down, man. You gotta take a break. You have to take a break. You have to go sit and Geechee said it before. It's called the Chitlin Circuit. You gotta go play the Chitlin Circuit. Go battle on RB. Go battle over here. Go battle over here. Like, figure it out and then come back. Because you wildin'. You wildin'. Every battle, you wildin'.
And it's sad to see what a young talent. He was a great talent, man.
But if they actually sit him down for the next year and a half, and he does, he literally does the Chitlin Circuit, it would show a lot for everybody else. That would put everybody else on standby too. Don't go up there choking. Don't fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Don't fuck up. I feel like people still should be awarded, some type of leadway, because everybody fuck up.
Yeah.
Like Danny literally quit last year, and now look at Danny having great battles, great rebuttals, great everything. But
anyway. Yeah. I feel like you need to, let's be honest. I know you don't like me to bring this man up when I bring him up, but I feel like he needs to get the same treatment as how the Saga got. Like the Saga kept choking after the Mike P bet, he kept on choking. You already gave him a treatment, like literally didn't call him at all until traffic. And still messed up, but he got a leeway because he still did great. It was not like a huge mess up, right? But I feel like he needs to do that. And I feel like the problem with Twerk, the Saga, they do like to take too many one-rounders. And I feel like that's a problem. They need to stop doing that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They need to stop taking too many one-rounders because technically speaking, you're not improving on your skill. You're just remembering one round. You gotta take at least 3 more. Like, go to these events. I feel like the reason this is me because I used to be a Saga fan and I'm no longer a Saga fan. After he got that treatment battle, he just resorted to get to the guy and just taking one-on-one battles. And that worked against him when he met Jack Boy Main, when Jack Boy Main was on a tear. Right? Where I feel like he should have took battles. He should have did what Awo did. like go around. Edward didn't take. He took a 1-1 battles, but didn't take so many 1-1 battles. He prioritized taking 3-1 battles, and that's why Edward. Let's be honest. Edward is the highest free agent that people want. He doesn't have a league attached to him. He's not on KLTD. He's not on RBE. He's just a free agent. He goes wherever he wants. Am I wrong? So he's the highest free agent because people know he has shown that even though with high volume of battles, he doesn't mess up that much. Or doesn't mess up at all. Like the only battle that people really talk about that he didn't take 100% was Excel. But still doesn't mess up that much. So when he finally gets to these leagues like KRTD, whenever he decides to go to KRTD go back to KRTD, whenever he decides to go back to RBE, when he finally gets a URS shot or a battle that it makes sense for him on URL, because technically speaking, it's not like he doesn't get calls from URL, it's just he doesn't want to take battles that don't make sense for him. And understandably, but now I feel like now the battles that you were not saying that don't make sense to you, they now make sense for you. Like the Jaguar main, it makes sense. The Nana, it now makes sense. You gotta come and fight these people. And you gotta battle them. I'm sorry, I'm like your fan, but now these people especially now, Nana this year has been walling. He's like one of the top front runners for champion of the year. So I'm not gonna defend you while also not saying I'm not gonna defend Nana. Nana has been walling. So this you can't say Nana didn't do much so far. Me personally, I had him losing against She Happens. I had him losing against Snake Eyes, but he did great. He did great. Like great. Punchline. Did great against Romney. Still lost, but still did great. Yeah, you might clown him and say he doesn't win his battles. That's cool. But he does great. Am I wrong of saying I'm gonna give him that? Like he does great on his battles, right?
Yeah.
So when you first saying you didn't want to take Nana as your first battle on your URL a year ago, whenever it happened, right? At that time it makes sense because Nana was not at this time, like he was not walling like this. But now it does make sense. You versus Jackboy Main. Jackboy Main has called you out. He has proven that he is beating people. And this is a story because you have beaten people from his former team, Goonies. It has a storyline. Even though I hate the storyline, Goonies versus four horsemen, the Jaguar Man, this self-proclaimed the top Goonie, and you the top horseman, y'all clash because y'all have Jaguar Man said I beaten everybody from some people from your team. You say I beaten the same people from your team. So y'all clash. It makes sense. So I feel like now it's just you just holding, and I understand you're really not taking this year. I want to say so far the first quarter of this year you don't have. You did great from what I'm hearing, but you really don't have big names. You have Don Marino, and the only thing you beat people say you beat Don Marino, and Don Marino made you sick. So that's why you could not do the Fonz battle. Because the week after Fonz, you were sick that week, so you could not do the Fonz battle. So you gotta spin the block and battle Fonz. So if you battle Fonz and have a great battle, and Fonz on time where people say Fonz is undefeated in Cleveland, and have a great battle, I feel like then your next battle gotta be a big battle, where people can notice you. Don't I feel like you did this whole indie thing where you battling like uppercomers or people who have known, like who people really don't, who are nice but who people don't really know. You did this last year and the year before, and I think you now gotta take. I don't want to use Danny Myers as an example, but you doing this, it might put you in the same category as Danny Myers, right? Of like you just take battles after battles, and there's some point it's gonna come and bite you, right? Am I wrong? Or no?
Nah.
So I feel like you gotta take like you. Then now I'm not gonna give you. There's no more excuse of you not better than Nine. There's no more excuse of you better than Jack Boy Main. And please don't do this trilogy thing that you and Geisha are talking about. Please do not do that shit. Keep that. Y'all did the rematch, whatever, the part two of your match, a great battle. Keep that right there. We done. We done this. You, yeah, but you see, I feel like you were you. The only reason the other person was you wanted to battle Twerk, and you still calling out Twerk, but Twerk is right now is on the bench. So, but I think that's all for this week. Oh, you want to talk about the Wills smacking people?
I mean, we could touch on it. It really don't matter. Will, I don't know what the hell is wrong with Will. He also won that night too, and that overshadowed everything. Like, so we
Well,
only care about the smack for real, for real.
the funny part, he won it after the smack. That's crazy.
Like he's honestly should be a battle rapper. Honestly, now Will Smith is the real smack white. But that nigga, that nigga, I don't know.
Yo,
He looked really goofy.
to me,
Um,
I don't know.
it's just me.
I maybe it's just me, or maybe because I'm around. Uh, I'm at my workplace. I'm the only male person there, so maybe is I'm taking a perspective of a different perspective for what happened. Maybe it's just me, or I'm weird that way. But I feel like I don't know. I feel like he had right, not a right to do what he did, but also we don't know what we really don't know what Jada really like. You know, there's some people who deal with like in this world who really don't like. There are some things that trigger them, right? So maybe the entanglement thing really doesn't bother them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? The entanglement, the August thing really doesn't bother them, but maybe the alopecia might bother. You know, there's some. You know how some females really care about their hair, and she having like with hair loss, right? Really kind of rubs it like maybe it's something that she really wishes she did something different. Because when I was researching the like when I saw the smacking like the slapping thing, and I researched what thing, and I stumbled to an interview when Jada was like explaining like his situation, alopecia, the hair loss, and saying that it's like she really like the reason why it was more of the treatment that like the thing that she used to do with her hair back in like in the 90s for Rose that she got, right? She's like, it's like I regret doing that, but that was what we were supposed to, because black females were not really allowed to show. We were casted to show this version of female where we were supposed to do like the hairs as people from Europe, where most of us have curly hair, and she's like, I wish I liked my curly hair, and I loved it, but I could not get on screen having the same hairstyles. I had to use different. So I'm like, I wish he did something different. They were easy, but easy made me think of something. He's like, you disrespect me in public when you posted that ball from chess with him versus chess, and I just like, if you disrespect me in public, that's how we talk about it. I'm like, the joke was a terrible joke, yes, because nobody really laughed, right? It was a solid joke.
I don't think a lot of people understood the reference. And when I Googled it, I said, oh, I understood it immediately.
No,
you see the picture of the chick?
I understood the reference because I never watched the movie, but I understood the reference, the G.I. Jane. But also, when she said, I can't wait to be G.I. Jane 2, then I looked deeper into the G.I. Jane and what she did. That's why I was like, oh, maybe that. I was like, maybe it was. Plus, also the thing that what Chris Rock did, like the. I was like, it was not because of the joke. I mean, maybe there's something under, like, maybe they really don't like each other. You know.
Nah, that's true. A lot of people kept bringing up how he did a joke in 2016 when she wasn't there.
Yeah, she's like,
and I'm like, well, that actually makes a lot more sense than.
I was like, maybe it was Chris Rock, him adding on. Maybe it was something like we just kept it under the rug. Like, yo, when Will boycotted the Oscars and Jada said she's not coming, and he did a joke saying that how are you gonna come to event when you're not invited, and him saying that. Where some females really, from what I was hearing, like, I work with females, so I know, like, I joke too. I say jokes. Like at work, I say jokes, and sometimes have to have this tough conversation with the females, where they tell me not to say certain jokes. And when I was talking to, like, I asked them, like, I talked to my coworkers, and I was like, yo, what, like, I was like, which sides do you guys take? And all of them, literally, mind you, all of them said, we taking Will's side. I'm like, is that serious? They're like, yeah, it's like, some is like, we as female, we really don't really like people making jokes about weight, our hair, and stuff. I'm like, so I was like, okay, and now I'm like, okay, you know what? Because at first in the morning when I saw, I was like, yo, Will was wilding. I was in the same, and I'm like, yo, it made Will look bad. So when I'm having this conversation with these different people, right? Different female, and they're all giving me the same thing. Then I'm watching, like, I'm really watching, like, the whole thing, right? I'm watching Don't Keep You My Man. I was like, yo, I think this was more of Chris Rock just added on. Because one, people didn't guess the reference. Right, and the joke was not really it was not like a bad joke, but it was borderline bad, but it was solid.
And that's why I don't get the whole offense. Y'all keep putting it against alopecia.
Like more offense. I feel like when he's like, yeah, that was a good one. I was like, I feel like that's when, like, I was like, yeah, Will at first was like, okay, that was cool, but when I feel like it went, like, I think the tipping point when Chris Rock said that was a good one. I feel like that was the tipping point of where, like, yo, you trying to egg this on, and I'm like, I feel that was a tip. In my opinion, I feel that was a tipping point. But I was like, hey, I don't know what was going in his mind, right?
Mhm.
I don't know what was going in Will's mind. I was like, I feel like when Chris Rock, when after the joke, when he said the joke, I feel like he should have kept on moving, right? But he stopped and and before he's like, yo, that was a good one. He said G.I. Joe. Then he said the G.I. Joe joke. That's when Will got out and he said, Will came up. And that's when Will slapped him. I was like, because at first when I saw the video for the first time, I was like, okay, G.I. Jane. I looked it up. I saw it. I'm like, okay, makes sense. Same like hair shape, like same hairstyle. I'm like, okay, makes sense. Cool. But when I got to work and we are having this conversation and they're telling me that they're taking Will's side, and I'm like, wait, you guys are taking Will's side. All of them, like it was not like one said they're like we taking Will's side because he stood up for his wife, right? I was like, okay, but also why did he not stand up for his why did he not do that when the entanglement? I was like, okay, at the time I'm like processing it, and I'm processing it. I'm like, wait. Then I rewatched the video. Like I saw the video. You know how Instagram is. They start posting the video. Like if shit is trending, that shit post is like getting out of proportion. So I'm like, wait. So I'm thinking about it. I'm like, damn. Then I'm listening to the video. I'm like, because when they did the video, right? They showed like the camera showed Will like smiled at the joke, and Jada was like not really messing with the joke, right? Then they showed back to Chris Rock, and I was like, and Chris Rock was like, yeah, that was a good one. It was a G.I. Jane joke. And then I was like, that's when Will walked up, right? That's when he's like, I'm like, oh. I was like, I think the tipping point is when Chris Rock said that was a good one, and he kept on egging on, saying that was a G.I. Jane joke. And I was like,
it was.
I was like, yeah. I was like, I feel like he egged it on, and I feel like people was like, oh, that's when it happened. And hey, Chris Rock, you played it cool. You like, yeah, the greatest thing on TV. Yeah, played it cool. But hey, I don't know. I don't know, man. Hey, you saw the jokes they were saying about like, yo, it got only one little fight. My mom said you going to
Yo, fam, the memes get better and better. These niggas are creative, yo.
Yo, someone
Dog.
is like,
Usually memes aren't this good, but they are wildin', dog. And it happened a day ago.
Yo, somebody came out and did a whole song. He's like, and put the beat of B.A.R.R.S to say, ding, ding, ding. He's like, this is the story where how Chris Rock slept upside the head. My mind, yo, look,
God, yo.
bro, I'm like, yo, they are creative.
But that's the part that I don't understand about like just people. I guess I'm just different. I don't fucking know. Just people, society, fucking, the blogs and shit. It don't make sense because the joke had nothing to do with alopecia, but yet somehow people brought in alopecia. It had nothing to do with that.
I feel like
she looks like the main character of G.I. Jane. Like that. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I feel like because she's like I think people brought up alopecia is because she's been like this
because they didn't understand the joke.
Yeah, she's been like this for a while, and I was like, because at first I was like, yeah, because when I saw the hairstyle, I was like, oh, I get the joke, right? Then when the alopecia started coming, I was like, oh, now I was like, wait, I was like, what's alopecia? So I didn't know what alopecia was, right? So I'm like, wait, the hair loss. I was like, probably she can't grow hair. I'm like, so she probably this is a lot like this. This is not by maybe it's by not really by choice, but not. I was like, maybe this is a look by like she has no choice but to have this type of hair. And I was like, so when people brought up alopecia, I was like, I think there was trying to say, yo, it was a cool, but he probably went too far. He went. I was like, yeah, I understand. I was like, I understand both sides of the. I understand both sides of the story.
Also, nobody will know that. Y'all gotta realize people are nobody will know that. The people who know that follow her and
No,
care.
yeah, but I think people
Uh,
also did the people who are doing like how this is Hollywood, so everyone knows about this.
no, actually, nobody knows. Hey, what we know is for the last 2 years she has been saying entanglement.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what we know.
but I
They
think
don't know
because
that.
I
I
I
didn't know
didn't
that.
know like when they say alopecia and like eat like people from like the cover Hollywood is like yo she has been public talking about like she deals with alopecia. I'm like or she
Oh, you know how large of the population does not know
I was
about
like yeah I was
that
like
alopecia thing. They
yes I was
thought she
like
just shaved
wait
her head because she
because
shaved her head.
when like they like TMZ and
Tiffany
ET
Haddish just did the same shit. Like, what? Now she has alopecia too. Now it just everybody bald is just automatically
well yeah
just
Tiffany Haddish
like, yo, people shave their head. We just
I
thought she shaved her
Tiffany
head. I
Haddish
know more about August and her than that, but whatever, it's fine.
let me say this. Tiffany Haddish is probably the one of the funniest people on the earth. So she might do that just to be her.
She ain't that funny. I like her, but she ain't that
she
funny.
Tiffany Haddish is just she does weird stuff just because that's her. Let's be honest. She was in the celebrity game just breaking and she was still laughing. Yeah, that she's really Tiffany Haddish. She's weird. She's weird like that. But hey, guys, this is. I think this episode might be 2 hours. I'm sure it might be 2 hours or close to 2 hours. But hey,
And he ain't smack 50 Cent or August like that. Man, get out of here. I gotta take my clothes out the dryer, or put my clothes in the dryer. But look,
yeah,
Will, stop it. That was corny. And it overshadowed your point. Like, he really won an Oscar. Like, that's a big deal. It fucked up everything, dog. You shouldn't have did that shit. But
it overshadowed their point as king. Really,
yeah,
it took away from
because this is gonna be a meme for a long ass
Serena
time,
Williams
yo.
and Vanessa Williams honor for their dad. But hey, I, you got stand for something or stand for nothing, man.
And if the joke was the other way around, she would have been cracking the fuck up. That's fine. Sure, stand for that. But
Yeah,
man, shout out to y'all. Thank you for the likes, comments,
and subscribers.
subscriptions, everything like that. We are growing a lot.
Yeah, we are going a
And
lot.
peace. I'm gonna go put my